Welcome, students. Today we are going to start chapter 5, Acids, Bases and Salts. So in this chapter we will study what are acids, what are bases and what are salts. But before starting the chapter, let me tell you one thing, that we can define acids in many ways. We can say that an acid is a molecule or ion which is capable of donating a proton, or alternatively capable of forming a covalent bond with an electron pair. Now you will say, ma'am, what are you saying? I'm just telling you the definition of an acid. What is an acid? Okay, now let me make it very simple for you. If I will say the substance which is sour in taste, okay, you can say the substance which is sour in taste is having acid in that. Now it's more simple for you to learn. So the word acid comes from the Latin words acidus or acere, which means sour. Since one of the characteristics of acid in water is a sour taste, that is why we are defining acids in that way. Okay, so now let's start the chapter. Now, in our daily life, we use a large number of edible substances such as lemon, baking soda, tamarind, common salt, sugar, curd, and vinegar. Some of these substances taste sour, some taste bitter, some taste sweet, and some taste salty. So, acids, bases, and salts are the three important groups of chemical substances that are used by us in different ways. Some of the acids, bases, and salts are occur in nature and they can be made artificially in factories also. Okay, so now first of all, we will see that where we are finding these acids naturally. So we have a list of these substances, those who are having acids in them. Okay, so you can see the juice which is sour in taste, that means they are having acids in them. And if you are talking about the other taste like sweet, salty, and bitterness, so we will talk about them later on. Okay, so first of all, as we are talking about the acids today, we will study only acids. So we will talk only about acids. So what we said earlier, the substance which is sour in taste. Sour means I have mentioned here, khatta. So the substance which is sour in taste, that is acidic in nature. Okay. Now, what are acids? How we are defining acids? So, acids are sour in taste, turns blue litmus red, and dissolve in water to release H positive ions. What do you mean by turn blue litmus red? Suppose if you are having acids in a bottle, okay, if you have two bottles, three bottles, in that bottles you are having acids, different acids. And I am saying that if in one bottle there is acid, but in another bottle there is some other solution, how will you identify that in which bottle acid is? So you will say, ma'am, acids are sour in taste, so we will taste it. No, you will not taste it, because whenever you are entering in the chemistry lab, it will be very dangerous for you to taste everything. Don't taste everything. We should use some indicators. Okay, so here we are talking about the litmus. This is one of the indicator that indicates by changing its color that the solution is acidic or basic. So here we are talking about the acidic solution. So we can say that the acidic solution turns blue litmus red. And one more property it has, when we are dissolving acids in water, they release H positive ions. Now again the question arises in your mind, what is H positive ions? So H positive, you can say that you have already studied that the atom is made up of electron, proton and neutron. So we are talking about H positive. That means this hydrogen atom has given one electron to another atom, to another element, and that is why the proton is left inside the atom, and proton is positively charged subatomic particle of an atom. So that is why we are mentioning here H positive, means there is no electron in the hydrogen atom, only one proton is present. So we are saying that H positive ion, or we can say that proton. So, whenever we are dissolving acids in water, they are releasing H positive ions. Now you can see some examples of acids: sulfuric acid, H2SO4, acetic acid, CH3, COOH, and nitric acid, HNO3. So, these are some examples of the acids in which you can see that in all the examples, in all the acidic formula, you can see that there is H present. Hydrogen is present in all the formulas. So, this hydrogen is released when the acid is dissolving in water in a form of H positive. Okay. Now what are the properties that we have already discussed? All these properties we have just mentioned here. Acids have a sour taste. They turn blue litmus red. Their solution conducts electricity because ions are present there. Okay. So because of the presence of ion, they are releasing ions. So in the solution, ions are present, and movement of ion, that we are saying that electricity. So acidic solution conducts electricity, one of the main property of the acidic solution, and they also releases H positive ion in aqueous solution. What do you mean by aqueous? So aqua means water. So here I have mentioned dissolve in water. So whenever we are using the water, we are calling it aqueous solution of that particular acid. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Now we are moving towards the next slide. So where are acids found? The acids are found in batteries, used in laboratories like your chemistry lab, and are used in medicines also, fertilizers, dyes, paints, everywhere where we can see in our surroundings. We are using for different purposes these acids. Okay, so we have different types of acids. Some are mild, some are strong. So we are using acids for our own work, like we are working in the laboratory, so we are using acids. We are using acids in dyes, in paints, in fertilizers, and in many other products. Okay, they are also used in swimming pools. For what? To clean the water. Do you know your kitchens at home have acids too? Yes, in the kitchen you might have find many items such as vinegar, lemons, oranges, tamarind. Okay, now, here it is written milk. Actually, milk does not contain acid. It contains lactose sugar, and then you can convert it into curd. So it should be curd. Okay, so curd we are making from the milk. That is why lactose sugar. Actually, presence of the lactose sugar is the result of lactic acid in the curd. Okay. So milk itself does not contain acid, but when we are making curd from the milk, the lactose sugar is converted to lactic acid. That we have to remember. We will not write the example of milk in the acidic substances, because milk is not containing acid. Here I have mentioned because I wanted to tell you that you can write curd here, because curd is having lactic acid instead of writing milk. But from which substance we are making curd? From milk. So milk is containing lactose sugar, and that is converted into lactic acid when we are making curd. Now we are moving towards the next slide. So here I have mentioned the classification of acids. Acids can be classified into two categories: natural or mineral. Okay, so those who are obtained naturally, they are called the natural acids, and those who are made from minerals, they are called the mineral acid. So here I have written the definition. What are the natural acids? So acids which are obtained from natural sources, they are called the natural acids. And if you're talking about the mineral acids, the acids that are prepared from minerals like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, carbonic acid, these all are the mineral acids. They are prepared from minerals. Okay. Now, next, how we mentioned the name of these substances. So I have already, first when I started this chapter, I told you that this from where this acid word has been derived. So this word acid has been derived from the Latin word that is acidus, which means sour. Okay, so all sour substances essentially contain acids. Substances like lemon juice means all the citrus fruit. You are talking about all the citrus fruit, unripe mango, and also the curd I mentioned in the previous slide. The curd, they taste sour. They are sour in taste, that is why they contain acid in them. The chemical nature of the substance is acidic. Okay, we are talking about the chemical nature because we are talking about the acids. So the acids in these substances are natural acids. They are found naturally. That is why we are calling them natural acids. Now we are coming to the bitterness. What about, we had talked about the substances, those who are sour in taste. We just confirmed that those who are sour in taste, they are acidic in nature. But what about the substances in the slide that we have seen? Some were bitter in taste, like baking soda. Some are bitter in taste. So how we can say that these are which kind of substances? They are bases. So you can say that it baking soda, it does not taste sour. So it means that it has no acid in it. It is bitter in taste. And if we prepare a solution of baking soda in water, again the aqueous solution, because we are using the aqua, that means water, and rub it between your finger. If you are just rubbing this solution, the watery solution or the aqueous solution of the baking soda in between your fingers, so you will feel soapy. Okay, so the substances these, like baking soda, which are bitter in taste and feel soapy on touch, they are called the bases. There will be two categories that will be fulfilled by the substances. First, the substance is bitter in taste, and the second, it should give you the soapy feeling. Okay, when you are touching the substance. So the chemical nature of the substance is said to be basic. We will study about these bases in the next video. Okay, so for that, thank you for watching my video, and I hope you like my video and you have understood about the acids and the properties of acid. For bases, we will meet again in the next video. Thank you.